Hello and welcome to the Bibble IT online training course for the Windows 7 exam 7680. This is section 1, module 1. Items we're going to be covering today include the Windows 7 editions and the Windows 7 hardware requirements. The Windows 7 editions, much like they were with Vista, are split into two main categories or groups. We've got the Home editions and then the Business editions. Home editions start with Windows 7 Starter Edition, then there's Home Basic, Home Premium and Ultimate. And on the business level, we've got Professional, which is the equivalent of the Windows Vista Business, and then Windows 7 Enterprise. We're going to cover off in some more detail what the difference is between all of these. And one thing to bear in mind is that you can upgrade through these editions, as I'll show you on the next slide. So the first one then is Windows 7 Starter Edition. You can't go out and buy this in the shops. This will only come pre-installed on basic computers. It has very basic support, one CPU. That CPU can have multiple cores installed. So all of these where it says it's either one or two CPUs, that can be as many cores as you can fit on one CPU, which is currently, I think, quad core is the maximum. So back to Starter Edition, it's 32-bit only. It's not capable of creating home groups, which are a way for home users to easily share files and documents and printers and such like. It is capable of joining a home group, however. The backup utility is not capable of backing up to network devices. You have to have a second hard drive or a USB hard drive attached to do that. So the one up from Starter is Home Basic. Home Basic comes in 32 and 64-bit editions, as do all of the following editions. Everything from Home Basic onwards comes in either 32 or 64-bit flavors. You get a maximum of 8 gig of RAM support with 64-bit, and it's worth pointing out at this moment that you can have a maximum of 4 gig with any of the 32-bit editions. Doesn't matter what it is, if it's 32-bit, you can only have 4 gig of RAM in your system. Still, we've got the one CPU support and also the no support for network backup. Now, it does have some of the extra aero features in here, things like fast user switching, multiple monitor support, desktop window manager, those sorts of things. So we're starting to get a few of the nice bits and pieces coming through in Home Basic. So next then we've got the Home Premium edition. Home Premium can support a maximum of 16 gig of RAM in 64-bit mode. Still only one CPU and still no network support for the backup utility. Microsoft really thinking here that home users won't have network folder shares that they would want to back up to. Home group creation this time around, so not only can you join home groups, but you can also create home groups for sharing files among your Windows 7 machines at home. We get all the full aero glass features and effects and all the desktop fancy twiddly bits, as well as some of the premium game support in there. We also get Windows Media Center. Media Center being the product that lets you watch and record TV, display videos, display photos, all through an easy-to-use interface designed to work on your TV. So the next edition from Home Premium is the Professional Edition. This one has a maximum of 192 gig of RAM in 64-bit edition, which is likely to be ample for whatever you're doing in the next few years. We also get 2 CPU support this time around and the ability to do backup to network folder locations. We get all the features of Home Premium. On top of them, we also get encrypted file support, not to be confused with BitLocker, which we'll go into in just a second. We get location-aware printing, where Windows will change your default printer depending on what network you've connected to. This one can host remote desktop sessions. All the previous editions have had the remote desktop client built in for connecting to other machines, but this is the first edition that you can connect to using remote desktop. Also very handy for businesses, you've got the ability to join Active Directory domains, and also XP Mode, which is Microsoft's backwards compatibility tool that lets you run a virtual instance of Windows XP inside your Windows 7 machine. So lastly, at the top of the tree then, we've got the Ultimate and Enterprise editions. I've grouped these two together because they're functionally identical. Also with these two editions, if there's anything that Windows 7 is capable of doing, you'll be able to find it in the Ultimate or Enterprise editions. The difference between the two is that Ultimate you can go out to the shops and buy along with Professional or Home Premium, whereas Enterprise edition you have to have an enterprise license agreement with Microsoft. So what do you get for your money with that? You get added features such as App Locker, BitLocker, Branch Cache, Direct Access, and language support packs. We'll cover all of those tools off in more detail, but just very quickly, App Locker is a tool that lets you restrict what applications your users can run on the desktop. BitLocker is a tool for providing full hard drive encryption or USB encryption. Branch Cache is a WAN acceleration type product that lets you try and save on some of the bandwidth to remote locations across your corporate network. Direct Access is a VPN solution that allows users to connect back up into the corporate network while they're roaming out and about. And lastly, language packs let you download different language packs direct from Microsoft and add them into your machine. Okay, so what are the hardware requirements running Windows 7? Basic hardware requirements is 1 GHz processor, 1 GB of RAM, or you can get away with 512 for either the starter or basic editions. Remember, if you're running the 32-bit edition of Windows, you can only address up to 4 GB of RAM. That's not a Microsoft limit, that's a limit of the 32-bit platform. Hard drive space, you need 16 GB free, or 20 GB if you're installing the 64-bit edition, and they recommend that you have a DirectX 9 compatible graphics card. So, summary then of the things we've covered in this first module. The 4 main editions that you need to worry about are Home Premium, Professional, Ultimate, and Enterprise. And remember that Enterprise is the same as the Ultimate Edition, except it's only available to customers who have a Microsoft licensing agreement, or the right kind of Microsoft licensing agreement. Hardware support, headline figures, we've got a gig of RAM, 16 gig of hard drive, and a gigahertz processor. For more information, you can go to windows.microsoft.com and look up the full system requirements, and they've got a table that runs through the differences between all the Windows editions. Thanks for watching, and we'll have Module 2 available soon. For more information or your feedback, please go to www.bibble-it.com. Thank you.